Yeah, making our way up Mount Frissell, Connecticut. It's kind of started off mellow, walking through the woods, but now I'm doing some climbing up these rocks. Real interesting area. Was in a town called Salisbury, Connecticut, little New England town. Saw one lane bridge. Nice little town. Then came back on a dirt road. About 5 miles, sorry, 6 miles to just get to the trailhead in the woods, and now I'm going up. Looks like we're supposed to go this way. I met a fella from Colorado. We're hiking up together. Alright, I'm getting up here pretty high. See some nice views out there. I think this is the top of Round Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. And then you make your way over to Mount Frissell. I'm not sure where that is, but come up soon enough. Yeah, a lot of scrambling up these rocks. Good solid rock though, not slick or anything. Nothing loose. Oh, I didn't put my timer on. Since I'm climbing with somebody, I got out of my normal routine. But that's good. Definitely helps with somebody to make the time go faster. Yeah, I think I'm getting up here to the top of Round Mountain. You can see a lot of views out there. Kind of broke through the trees and being able to see a little. Started off in some trees and then kind of got into some rocky area there. Really scampered up that rock, solid rock, like this. Real easy to walk on. Nothing slick or anything like that. Looks like we're getting near the top of Round Mountain. Then you go over to Mount Frissell, and then you have to kind of look around for the high point. Yeah, this is definitely the high point of, or the top of Round Mountain. That is good view. That must be Frissell over there. Yeah, nice. Real pretty country, New England. Really neat little towns I was in today. Nice little campground. Went to Bash Bish Waterfall. Hello, hey! Alright, now we're kind of coming down Round Mountain. Definitely going downhill. Back into these woods. You can see Mount Frissell from Round Mountain. We're making our way over there, then we'll go up it, but right now we're just sort of coming down one and going over to the other one. Well, we crossed that saddle from Round Mountain to Frissell, and now we're going back up again. Kind of came down and leveled off through those woods, but now some more of this rocky climbing. That's wears you out a little bit, but you know you're making some elevation when you start doing this number. Woo! Yeah. I don't know how long I've been gone. Not very long. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah. Whew. Lost my partner. Climbed Mount Marcy in New York yesterday, so he's a little tired. Whew. Yeah, a lot of these, going up these rocks. Actually, just like coming up Round Mountain. You climb those, start off in the woods, then you get into the rocks and you shoot up those rocks to the top. Then you go through the saddle and then back to the rocks again. I'll tell you what, this going up these rocks is not a lot of switchbacks, just straight up the mountain. Straight up the mountain. Good footing, but enough to wear you out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little bit worn out. But I'm making it. See, the top's kind of rounding off here. I got a feeling we're getting closer. Starting to get some views out behind me. I was in the woods there a little bit between the mounds. Now I'm rolling. There's the Round Mountain over there. That's where you climb up to it first, and then you go between them, and then you come up Mount Frissell or Frissell. Well, I came up those steep rocks, and I'm up. I gotta be kind of near the top because it's really mellowed out. And I kind of punched through here, and I noticed this marker. It really looks like you're supposed to go that way. Back down. I'm up near the top, you know, and here's another path. It looks like it might be towards the summit. But I have a feeling the high point's down there. I'm gonna wait for my partner. I see a yellow sign over here. I'm gonna go see what it says. They're definitely up near the top. It's fairly... Oh hell, Mount Frissell. This is the top of Mount Frissell right here. Sure is. Mount Frissell summit. Okay. There you go. 30 yards to the west to the high point. Yeah, this is the high point. This is the top of this mountain. It's kind of nondescript. It's kind of rounded with trees on top, so you can't really see where you're at. And I had to dig up those rocks. I don't think it took me more than an hour to get up here. That's kind of hauling butt. So this is where you kind of break out of the climbing those rocks, and there is this little arrow to the left and the trail. I think that must be to where the high point is, and that is where the top of the mountain is. I'm gonna kind of wait on my partner and see what he's up to. Alright, we just came down from the top of Mount Frissell. Off to the left there's another trail that heads to the actual high point of Connecticut, and that's where we are now. Well, I think we are. That's my partner up there. Yeah, we're still looking for the high point. Oh, he's giving me a whistle. We're kind of skirting along the outside of Mount Frissell. Real nice views. That's Round Mountain where we came up. Probably the car is down by those edges. Came over that saddle and up there. Now we're cruising around the edge here. Partner gave me a whistle. You found it?
Nope.
No, he's lying to me. Can't believe it's this far. We're trying to find that high point. I gotta have to look in my book. I'm pretty sure it's only 500 yards. I don't think it's this far. I don't think it's this. Ah! There he goes. He's stuck with it. He's stuck with it. Now it's a little bit far from the summit. You have to go a little bit of ways. Just keep going down on that red trail and you'll hit it eventually. I was about to give up. I thought, oh yeah, there it is. Oh, little fella there. Just a little fella.
Massachusetts, Connecticut.
All right. Got your registry box. Pretty view. Nice clearance here.
There it is.
We made it.
The right side of that is the highest point in Connecticut. Actually, I think this one's probably.
What do you think it took us? An hour or so?
Maybe.
All right, we've been to the high point, and now we're continuing down the trail a little farther, where the 3 states, New York, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, come together. Trail's getting a little, not quite as used, you can tell. So let's see what we come across down here. All right, well, we came down a little past the high point, came down the mountain a little bit, and we walked through the woods, and now we've reached the old tri-state marker here. Just keep on following red trail.
New York.
1898.
What happened to Connecticut? They wiped it out.
Wow. Connecticut's not getting any respect.
Got sanded out.
That's sad. Somebody left their canteen over there. That's old school canteen there. That's pretty cool, something different. Right in the middle of the woods. Well, I am on the return trip. I just came off the top of Mount Frissell and worked my way down kind of into a, I guess a saddle area. It's really not much of it. Just sort of dips down, and when you come off the mountain, then you start going immediately right back up. This is kind of flat through here. This is in between the Round Mountain and Mount Frissell. And then I'll start working my way back up Round Mountain now, and then after going to the peak of Round Mountain, back down to the car. Nice hike today. My partner's back there. He's coming. We explored some, we had fun. I think he might be making a video too. Oh, there you can see Mount Frissell in the background back there. Maybe. Yeah, you can see the edge of it. So I just came off of that, and the area between the mountains is very small. Now I'm already going back up again, so up and down. But overall, yeah, it's turned out to be a good day. Sun's breaking out. It's kind of overcast a lot of the day, which is not bad. Keeps the heat down, didn't rain. Some nice views once we got up to the top. Kind of skirted along the top of the mountain, and you could see out over this pond and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. There's a little shot of Mount Frissell where I just came down. Scampered down straight down through those woods. It's kind of rocky, you can't tell from here. A lot of this kind of thing. Going down these, and then made my way right up here, up Round Mountain. There's my partner. Looks like I'm just about on the top of Round Mountain now. Came up that slope, and it's there's not much higher than this up here. Definitely among the top. So all there is left to do now is go back down to the parking lot. Looks like I'm about to hit the top of Round Mountain right here. Come down Frissell, down through the saddle, and now I'm up here on Round Mountain. That's Mount Frissell over there. Basically go down off to here and then up that one. There's my partner coming in. Nice views up here. Doing good. Alright, working our way down Round Mountain. Thought I'd get you a shot of this because it's That's straight out. And that's where the trail is. So it's pretty steep, rocky stuff going down there. Probably could slip a little bit here. Whoa. Yeah, it's pretty steep going down. This section is obviously, you can see that would be pretty, give you a little workout coming up. There's a little bit of this going up Round Mountain, there's a little bit of this going up Frissell Mountain. But the good thing is, you know you're really making progress when you're going up this stuff. Oh! Yeah. That's pretty steep up there. Yeah, it's going pretty good though so far. Well, kind of winding up the hike. The first 10 or 15 minutes of the hike and the last 10 or 15 minutes towards the road. Oh, there's the road right there. Kind of flat. Takes a while before you get up to the base of Round Mountain, before you start climbing up those rocks. First you just walk in mellow along these, through the woods here. Park your car out at the trailhead on a dirt road. Let's see what's going on out here. Here we are. There was some cars here when I started, and there was some over there, so most people are gone, it looks like. Me and my partner parked down that way, just over just slightly down the road there. Let's see. Hold up. Well, I made it down. Took me about 45 minutes to come down the mountain. About not more than an hour to go up to the summit area. And then we kind of fooled around looking for the high point, and then we went down to the tri-state marker, which was another maybe like 10 minutes to the 5 or 10 minutes to this high point, and then another 10 minutes maybe to the tri-state, although we had to go downhill to do that. But yeah, overall probably like a 2 to 3 hour hike. Starts off kind of mellow, then up Round Mountain and down Round Mountain and up Mount Frissell. There's my partner. He's coming in hot. Woohoo! Did it!